This physician is reversing stage for cancer back to stage 0. Some of you might have watched the movie The China Study. In this film, a nutritionist named T. Colin Campbell claims to have conducted the largest study on nutrition ever done and claims that animal protein causes cancer. But what if I told you that there is a doctor who is literally reversing stage for cancer to stage 0? And in this video, I want to share what he has to say because it will change everything. I had the privilege of interviewing a Harvard-trained physician and medical scientist who has dedicated his career to fighting one of humanity's most formidable foes, cancer. His groundbreaking work has led him to make a stunning claim that will redefine the battle against this disease. According to Dietary, cancer cells actually die every day, dying twice as fast as normal cells. But why then, you might ask, do cancer patients sometimes get worse before they get better? Well, the answer lies in the hidden warfare raging within our bodies, a war we are only just beginning to understand. In a riveting talk, Dietary unveiled the secret truth about our bodies. Every single day, a staggering 10,000 mistakes happen to our DNA when it replicates. Each of these errors creates a microscopic cancer. Our bodies are hardwired with 5 core health defenses that spot and eliminate these abnormalities, keeping us well. The reason we don't get sick all the time is because these defense systems are working all the time. So when mistakes do occur, our body's defense systems remove the threats and protect us from harm. Blood vessel development, or angiogenesis, is one of these defenses. Our circulatory system has a whopping 60,000 miles of blood vessels, which is equivalent to 20 times the Earth's circumference. Picture this, Dietary says. Our blood vessels are like highways carrying oxygen and nutrients to every cell in our bodies. A healthy angiogenesis system ensures that these blood vessels only go where they're needed, like feeding healthy tissues, and stay away from diseased tissues, including cancers. Think of it like a landscaper meticulously maintaining a golf course. Just as a landscaper keeps the grass trimmed and the pathways clear, our body's angiogenesis system prevents blood vessels from growing toward cancer, starving them of the nourishment they need to grow. But here's where things get really interesting. Cancers can play dirty, tricking our blood vessels into feeding them. Imagine a small tumor, just 1 centimeter in size, containing 1 billion cancer cells. Despite their tiny size, these cells are incredibly demanding, consuming the equivalent of 100 million blood vessels to stay alive. That's like having a mansion with more than 100 bedrooms, 1 for each room. What is even more shocking is that a single blood vessel touching a microscopic tumor can cause it to grow 16,000 times in size in just 2 weeks. So how do we win this war within? How do we ensure that our bodies remain strong and resilient against the threat of cancer? The answer lies in something we all have the power to control: food. You see, when we eat, we're not just nourishing our bodies, we're also providing fuel for the battle against disease. Certain foods can actually support and strengthen our health defenses, acting like putting shields up. And guess what? This isn't some new age concept, it's science. Dietary's team designed laboratory systems to test how well cancer drugs could cut off the blood supply to tumors. They tested more than 250 natural compounds and were shocked to find that many of them could significantly cut down the blood supply that would otherwise feed a cancer. They published their findings in the journal Science Translational Medicine, a prestigious peer-reviewed scientific journal. They discovered that green tea, onions, garlic, red grapes, strawberries, artichokes, parsley, berries, soy extract, and cooked tomatoes were among the best at inhibiting blood vessel growth in lab tests. What's more, some of these compounds were even better at stopping the growth of blood vessels in cancers than existing cancer drugs. But wait, there's more. Certain foods can also help build healthy blood vessel growth where needed. For example, fruit peel, barley, dark chocolate, beets, and spinach. These foods can help support our body's natural defense mechanisms and promote good blood flow, including in the brain. The best part, unlike developing a new drug which can take a decade and billions of dollars, beneficial discoveries about food can be applied immediately, are affordable, and don't have the toxicity of pharmaceuticals. But it doesn't stop there. Dietary's research delves into the intricate world of our body's defense systems, exploring how different foods can boost our health in various ways. Take immunity, for example. We all know that a robust immune system is crucial in the fight against disease. And guess what? Food plays a starring role here too. By strengthening our immune system, we are essentially giving our body's defense team an extra set of tools to tackle any health challenges that come its way. Darlie's mother is the perfect example of how our body's natural defense systems can win against a deadly disease at 80 years old. She was diagnosed with stage 4 endometrial cancer that had spread everywhere. Her oncologist considered it pretty much the time of game over, but that's not where the story ends. Using revolutionary immunotherapy, which wakes up the body's own immune system to recognize and destroy cancer cells, combined with dietary adjustments to strengthen her body's defense systems, her stage 4 cancer went to stage 0 after just 3 treatments. No chemotherapy, no radiation, no surgery. She remains cancer-free more than a decade later, and it doesn't stop there. Darlie's research into the microbiome, the trillions of bacteria that make their home in our guts, has uncovered fascinating insights into how these tiny tenants can influence our health. Did you know that certain bacteria in your gut can influence whether immunotherapy works? It's true. Research has found that the presence of the bacteria Akkermansia mucinophila in the gut is linked to a better response to immunotherapy in cancer patients. While Akkermansia probiotics are now available, certain foods like pomegranate, cranberry juice, Concord grape juice, chili peppers, and Chinese black vinegar can help cultivate this beneficial bacteria. Lactobacillus reuteri, another beneficial probiotic, can help lower inflammation, build immunity, influence social hormones, and even kill the bacteria that causes cavities and gum disease. Our body's defense systems are truly remarkable, working tirelessly to keep us healthy and resilient. But like any hardworking team, they need all the support we can give them. By making smart choices about what we eat and drink, we can give our defense systems the tools they need to do their jobs effectively. Excess sodium or salt, which is abundant in restaurant and processed foods, can accelerate cellular aging and wear down our circulation and angiogenesis systems. We need to pay attention to the amount of salt we consume and choose fresh, unprocessed foods whenever possible. Drinking too much added sugar or ultra-processed foods can also wreak havoc on our health. When we consume these foods, our blood sugar levels can skyrocket, leading to metabolic chaos. Over time, this chronic high blood sugar can wear down our body's ability to regulate it, setting off a cascade of health problems. We must be mindful of the hidden sugars in processed foods and opt for natural sweeteners in moderation. Alcohol, too, can pose a significant threat to our health. As Darlie puts it, alcohol is a universal toxin that can damage the brain, liver, and heart. While some alcoholic beverages like red wine might contain beneficial bioactives such as resveratrol, the alcohol itself can be harmful, especially with regular or excessive consumption. It's essential to drink responsibly and in moderation or consider cutting back entirely. Chronic stress can also weaken our health defenses, leaving us vulnerable to diseases like cancer and other ailments. When stress becomes a constant companion, it can significantly lower our immune system, making us more susceptible to illnesses. Moreover, stress can raise blood pressure and wreak havoc on our circulation. It can even damage our DNA, increasing the likelihood of mutations that can lead to cancer. As if that wasn't enough, there's a new player in town: microplastics. These tiny particles are polluting our environment and making their way into our bodies. From the air we breathe to the water we drink, we're constantly exposed to microplastics, and the amount we consume is staggering. Some estimates suggest that we eat the equivalent of a credit card's worth of microplastics every year. These particles can embed in our tissues, including the brain, bloodstream, testicles, and even breast milk and semen. Studies have found that microplastics are associated with inflammation and that plastics embedded in the lining of the carotid artery are linked to a 4-fold increased risk of fatal heart attack or stroke. To reduce our exposure to microplastics, we can start by avoiding plastic cups, plates, and silverware and opting for ceramic or glass alternatives. Being mindful of food packaging, especially tea bags, can also help as they can shed billions of microplastic particles as we